We'll watch them all battle back and forth to see who will take this game 3 and who will take the first series of this Friday night.
Definitely looking to be a bit more of a, definitely a support. Ash coming through, looking at that hail of blades coming on. Slater, you can get in that easy 1-2-3 trade of the auto attacks, proc all your spell thieves or spectral sickle, I suppose, and you just get to walk away very happy. And yeah, so gonna be a bit of a nice bully lane, and Taki's gonna have a bit of a hell of a time playing up against the poke that comes out of this duo.
I am very worried about putting Beob on the carry. He gets caught a lot.
I like this because of the implication that Slater is somehow worse.
Slater's a very traditional ADC player, so I'm not too surprised.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see. But so far, so good, being able to utilize this pressure. And
hang on a minute. We have a fight at level 1, but Slater manages to dish back all that damage. Taki diving away, though. Shogun on a lot of health, and look who's coming to party. B&J entering the play. Yijin here as well. But the health bar for Shogun looking very good. As soon as they see the gas, they know they need to leave. B&J has to burn his flash. Doesn't get over the wall, though. Caught by the Spectral. More damage coming in. He is Gonski. Oh, no. Yijin with a first blood.
Yeah, just couldn't get away. The frostbolt, the arrows are just too much. Now here comes Yijin.
Oh, that's genius from Yijin. Goes in, uses the stolen pill up, burns Floggy's flash.
And then whiffs everything else on the follow-up. But hey, the man knows how to play Trundle. Flash pillar, fantastic. Unfortunately, the Abscond Abduct could not quite connect and bring in the follow-through, but hey, it's done alright. It makes Froggy have to play a little bit safer. Can't quite shove with Abandon as he was. Now it's a good start for the side of GE, and getting early kills onto this Viego, getting it rolling, getting this bot lane to a position where they can just pretty much leave the Seraphine alone and let her just nuke waves and be happy to do that. Lets them control the rest of the map easily. Moving forward, just team fights become pretty impressive and pretty hard to top for the side of SGB. No real fantastic Grievous Wounds buys coming out. Your probably best option is a Morello's coming out of Froggy or Husmed, and that's not the one you'd really like.
In comes BJ to the mid lane. Blazers, though, doesn't care. Gets on out of there easy as it can be. Doesn't have to burn his flash. So far, BJ not able to do very much.
And as long as Yijin can keep track of where BJ is and predict bottom lane ganks, that's all he really needs to do. The top and mid are going to be fairly fine up against this pillar, especially with Froggy, especially if Froggy's on low mana. But yeah, there's a bit of trouble on the bot lane. They don't have they don't have anyone with great mobility. Just they have to use these flashes, and they're going to be perma-shoving, so just needs to hover around bot side, make sure they are safe at all times, and that's an easy free win coming out for the side of GA.
Yeah, and obviously one thing about this Ashe support that does get talked about, but perhaps not enough, is how easy it makes early game vision. Before you've got super strong warding tools, just being able to whip that E out, they should know where BJ is a lot of the time. Speaking of where he is, he's in the mid lane as Blazers. Can't quite handle the double knockbacks, but holds his nerve, doesn't flash, and just walks away.
Yeah, recognizes Froggy is walking away because he can't actually contribute anything to the fight, and yeah, just feels completely safe there. He's gonna actually walk away. He might lose a little bit in the CS department. Actually, he's not even gonna do that. He's got the teleport. He's feeling fine. He's having a grand old time. Now, of course, power farming Trundle has managed to sneak away a bit of an experience lead somewhere, but now that might not really matter up against a Noon Quiver Yijin.
Yeah, and in that mega form has ult Husmed, not level 6, but with BJ coming in, I don't think they want to risk it. Coda did step forward, but it doesn't matter. Just managed to get away. Good job there, BJ, in the right place at the right time.
And now, I mean, So we're looking at this this Noon Quiver, and it does provide a little bit of burst, but I don't really think that's ever super necessary for the side of Viego. I feel the Divine Sun. Sure, the Divine Sunderer change has made the burst that comes out of it a little less, but I still think it's more than enough to just let that Viego exist in team fights, and I still think that the tank is the preferred way to go in the more sort of slow pace status of pro play. But it's the sides. He wants this Kraken Slay. He wants to pretty much put on his carry pants and do what he can. But overall, he might not even end up needing to do much as the
hang on a minute.
Fantastic.
The wall's up, coded, not too far from Mega. They need to kill him quickly. I think they're going to manage it. He does go Mega, gets a wallop. BJ has flash though, so no trade back. Not the perfect dive, but a successful one nonetheless.
And they managed to get it.
Oh, hang on.
In the end, but
look at the cutoff in the river.
We might not get to look at that, but
no, we won't, because there is a bot lane dive. Lovely abduct there coming out of Blazers.
Yeah, Froggy on the top side did have to blow his flash and a ghost as well, and it does not go down eventually, but we're going to hold that.
Yep, Shogun stunned up, in some trouble. They're trading back. Into the belly of Blazers went Slater. And Shogun goes down. Out comes the Seraphine ult. Blows Taki's flash. Gets them even more tower plates. This bot lane going fantastic for GE.
You playing that so well. I forgot for a moment Silas was there. I was like, oh, Slater's dead. He just got gobbled. And it's like...
terrified me doing that play-by-play. I was like, what?
It's like... I saw a tower shot going through him. I was like, okay. Then he got eaten. I'm like, wait, no. Hang on, he's still dead? No. Blazers, Silas just decided to get a real big mouth for a moment. And, yeah, let's not think too hard about the dynamics of that. But just a fantastic tower dive. BOB takes a lot early on. Slater can take it next, feeling real safe with that Tom Kench ultimate in the pockets of Blazers. And then they get the one. They can't go for the second. But they get it here.
There is a fight around this Rift Herald. One soul available. In comes Husmed. Good shove coming out of Froggy, knocking them all back. Trundle will get the fight down onto the Herald. And GE kind of getting routed as Coded gets taken out. Blazers moving forward. Hits the chains onto Shogun. Takes him down. BJ extremely low, but Yijin will die. Trundle going down now. Froggy has a lot to do in this fight, as well as Husmed zoning out two Blazers in their lovely arrow. As now it's just Husmed.
Again.
But the health bars are not good enough. Husmed can win this. Taki now moving in. Gwen, she's spooled up. Rocket flies through, doesn't hit. Husmed continuing to move forward. Slater hiding in the brush. Then he gets snipped down. Husmed taking over a fight.
Husmed pretty much picking up 4 kills there. This Gwen is now officially online, just absolutely manhandling that team fight. Fantastic. SGB even getting the Rift Herald along the way. I believe that did get picked up. I'm not sure before BJ went down, but all in all, hell of a messy fight. But SGB do get the better of it. So it starts off with Taki just getting picked. Good ultimate by Coated goes to find this pick, and the problem is now you're kind of without a Meganos, so the re-engage can come on through from the side of SGB, and Viego being a bit focused on the Rift Herald means he doesn't go for a good reset and pick up the Yijin, so pick up the Tahm Kench until a bit late. And then he tries to go back in, and because of the re-engage from Blazers, and all in all, just Husman gets completely ignored because they're much more interested in taking down the lower health targets. But Gwen just gets to do so much damage, and it's just insane. Just so much work from Husmed. It's absolutely ridiculous. And
yeah, I am surprised. As clean as that arrow play at the end was, I am surprised there was no better time to use it throughout the team fight rather than just getting that one pick. But regardless, we'll have to see if Slater can find maybe some more impactful ults as the game does continue. GE picking up that first dragon. No, well, speaking of impactful ults,
he found a use for it. Straight away, onto Froggy. He's made good use of it. That Rift Herald, of course, did get that picked up by BJ. We can confirm that now. So he's going to make a play mid.
Another ult. Fantastic stuff coming out of Slater. I think he heard me, as that has turned another play around. BJ trying to get onto Blazers does with a big shutdown. So a good trade there for SGB.
Yeah, 5 kills now on the Silas. He is doing real well, and pretty much off the back of these ash arrows on the last 2. Steps a little bit too far forward into BJ, gets killed off there, but that's a huge point of power for the side of GE, and justifying that game 2 ban that SGB put forward. They did not expect the first pick to come on through, but it did, and he is putting it to work. But Hasmed, look, he's putting that R5 to work for sure. He four kills for him, picked up a Rift Maker from pretty much nothing. He's doing all right. He's pretty much the big hope for SGB right now.
It is. He has to make very good use of his W in team fights, because I think if he gets tagged by a volley from Slater, his effectiveness goes down maybe like 40 or 50%, just because he's just too slow. So I think it's imperative that he spaces that hallowed mist perfectly so that he can never get tagged by Ash.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to see it. I'm interested to see how much sort of, if he looks to build anything along the lines of, he's not necessarily likely to build Swifties, but anything that could help reduce his slows, some more tenacity coming on through in some respect. Honestly, Merc Tread's probably not the worst buy up looking at the team comp he's up against, so definitely an option to go through. Oh, the gold only really goes on to BJ, so not really a good herald coming up from them, and yeah, this is starting to sort of feels like it's slipping away. It's only about gold apart, but it feels like GE are just in full control, dictating the pace. They know exactly what they want to do. Maybe everywhere except up here.
Yeah, I look, obviously getting gold on your Trundle is not necessarily great for the entire game, as Hasmed reckons he can get a solo kill, hunting down onto Coded, needs one more, but goes down to the tower in exchange.
Yeah, could have waited a little bit longer for BJ to be in a better position, perhaps, but yeah, good dodging around from Coded, uses that flash well to get that trade back kill, and that works out really well for him. Now the ultimate coming up from Slater. It's going to land.
Yep, BJ in trouble. It's a long stun chained in by Yijin. Blaze is arriving with the TP. And Slater's aimbot is looking good.
Bust out the emote. It's Prater, baby, getting those cross-map arrows. He is all in on this, and it's just some fantastic work. And now, not going to be able to pick this up thanks to that TP coming in from Taki.
Yep, Spellbook TP.
Spellbook, yeah. Somewhat unusual for a Tom Kench to see. But yeah, he's going to dissuade that push a little bit, and it's just going to be that one pick, but that one pick is just fantastic for GE. It's getting them a little bit more of an advantage, slowly building up, close to 3k now before this next dragon.
Yeah, Coded did as well pick up a shutdown off the Hasmed kills, because he was 5-0. Well, he was 4-0. No, he would have been 5-0 when he died, because he died in the last tower shot. But look how long this arrow was.
Yeah, right across the whole damn map, and it almost feels like Yijin's stun here probably short circuits the timer on the stun, but it's just fantastic. Absolute control coming out from GE, and they're going to pick up this Rift Herald right now. Rotate that down probably in towards this mid lane to force control. Not that they really need to force any extra, but helps them control this second dragon and gets them stacking up towards that soul, stacking up towards that win condition where they can pretty much use that to ignore any potential threats from the side of Hasmed.
Yeah, I mean, look, Hasmed has pulled off bigger miracles in the past, Marby. So I would not be too surprised to see him still able to take over this game, but as you said, it's a very good position for GE. Even though it's still only 2k gold, honestly, at 15 minutes in the VCS, that is almost nothing. As we have a dragon spawning, SGB are here, GE moving into established vision of their own. Do SGB want to fight for this one?
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it. They're in an okay position in terms of item breakpoints. Pretty much mythics across the board, not really not any huge advantages in terms of breakpoints like that. So it's not the worst idea. Here comes Weaver's Wall.
Yep, holding them out, but the smite goes to Yijin. Can they get the kill on the backside? No, Yijin gets healed. No, he dies right at the end to the last tick of that Trundle ult. Blaze is on the side with a stolen Gwen ult. I feel like SGB have to find a bit more here because they lost their mid tower to the Herald. They lost the Dragon, and they're not going to get anything back.
Just that one kill onto Yijin, it feels really rough for them. And like they managed to do okay, but yeah, just Ash Arrow into the start just interrupted what BJ wanted to do and lets Yijin come in and grab the steal.
Oh,
no. You said they needed more.
Yeah, they took it to heart as they have just followed Blazers through heaven and earth, slowed him down, good chains, but he gets knocked away from Froggy. This should be a kill over. Don't like who it goes on to, but it's still a kill is a kill.
Yeah, BJ kind of needs to stop picking up these last hits, but overall it's going okay. Now Husman just wants to try and keep the pressure on where he can. He senses the bot lane moving into fog war. Oh, so close. Just that Warden River spotted it and gave him the heads up. But without that might have been the kill.
Look at the cooldown on the Ash Arrow. I just want to point this out. This Ash support, it's already a third of the way up.
Yeah,
it's like a 20-second cooldown.
Yeah, let's just hope he doesn't get anywhere near that what's it called? The Axiom arc. Because look, I have some ARAM nightmares.
If he builds Axiom arc, that will be one of the funniest things of all time, and also terrible.
Look, I have ARAM nightmares of that thing. It is horrible to play into, and look, yeah, just gonna pick up that second item on the Muramana eventually. That's where his focus is going to be now, and of course supports never get 3 items, so don't worry about that.
Interesting angle for it, kind of just gating off Slater, but in the end it just saves him the tower.
Yeah, not the best Weaver's Wall coming out from Froggy. Overall, he's played 3 games of Talia this series, and they've not been his walls have not necessarily been the most impactful. He's had a couple to cut off and improve some tower sieges, but yeah, using them for picks has not necessarily been his strong suit. Now,
I always love
never leaving.
BJ just managed to dodge that Everfrost. Well done. I always love when a Silas steals a Trundle ult and then they just have to play chicken. Because whoever ults first really loses.
That's often the case with a lot of ults. Really, you never want to be the one who ults first. It's the classic in the Zed matchup, and here in Trundle, ult comes out.
Arrow only hits onto Taki, so they're not gonna pull the dive.
Yeah, Ultimate was used by Blazers, but it's not really gonna amount to too much. Just kind of wanted to get that used, and just gonna keep shoving the waves up. Slater's instincts taking over as he's like, I want to take these, give them to me. But
I mean, giving him some gold is not terrible, as they need to try and clear this wave. They manage it for this one, but they've got to be so careful around this Seraphine.
At this point, we're just playing the siege game, and just trading towers mid and bot lane, which is definitely the favor for the side of GE, because A, mid lane towers are way more important. B, that's an inner. That gives way more gold. And it's not like there are bounties or anything to make it back, so yeah, and now they have to move to stop the mid push, so a second tower going down, it's all working out well for GE. Just lane assignments, just so much better. Just realizing, yeah, we don't need to defend this outer tower when we can take an inner. We can keep the siege up, and no one's going to respond, or they're going to have to give that one up for free as well, and maybe, yeah, SGB just trying to fight too hard for pretty much a lost cause. They were never going to really keep that tower alive for too long, and could have just defended mid lane, given up that top outer and traded it for bot outer, and felt alright.
So another dragon spawning in 25 seconds. SGB, I think, really want this one. They don't want to let GE sit on Soul Point. I also think the move speed of a Cloud Soul would actually be very, very strong in this game. This that makes the move speed differential between an Ashe team with Cloud Soul and the team facing an Ashe. You're about 5 times faster.
The ability to just run up about that 10% faster after the arrow sounds fantastic to me. Now Eugen's been spotted out. SGB is in prime position, but Eugen is just going to try and do a sneaky again.
Ooh, arrow goes in, hits onto Yejin. There's no follow-up. Yejin is going to have a 50-50 at this, and he has good hands. Yep, he has the best smite in the league. Huge Seraphine ult. Hits onto 3. They can't follow up on it, though. But Genius have got what they want from this. They just wanted the dragon.
Yeah, the good pillar to stop the follow-up fight, but they feel very comfortable to just turn onto this Baron right now. It might be a step too far. Ultimates are down for the side of GE, and if they get caught out right now, but it doesn't look like they're going to. I mean, they're not going to take any damage from it, that's for sure, with Seraphine in pocket, but now just BJ, he doesn't have a flash, no blast cone, he can't get in.
Yeah, Husmed's arriving. They have to back off the Baron. Arrow stuffs any potential engage. So SGB are going to keep this Baron engaged. They want to go for the Hail Mary play here, but it's still Yejin around. He has no flash. He has no smite at the moment. In goes that Stolen Weaver's Wall. Who's going to get the Baron? It's going to be SGB, but Coded smacks them into the wall. It just doesn't matter. Look at them all going down. They're all dead, Marby.
But finds the massive Gnar. You're bunched up against a Gnar. That ultimate was one of the few still going, and they are going to clean house. They don't get the Baron, which is the saving grace, I guess. It means they can't push to end, but they are going to push and take so much gold. They might even crack open the base. Death timers are quite low, so they will back off, but it's just so much damage done. Gold blown open, and Slater wants his wolves. But yeah, they make the decision. The back off comes in this. They are respecting Hasmed, and they take this opportunity to try and do something, try and take this Baron, but Blazes interrupts and puts this wall down, and Coated gets a 3-man wallop. It's not even the Gnar even. He just pushes them into position for the W, and Jesus, it just, from that point, there's nothing they can do.
It's pretty brutal what just happened in the pit. They don't actually break the base, though, which is important. SGB can still hold out. Shogun can continue to scale. He's still playing a Jinx. But it's 5k. It's a Dragon Soul point for GE. They are in a fantastic position.
Just absolutely crushing it every time the teams collide. Really just that one oopsie where they gave a bit too much pressure to Hasmed. Lots of grievous wounds being built up right now, but Morello's and that Kempunk Chainsword, so they have their answer to Seraphine collected and committed. But Hasmed, look, I'm sorry, you have kind of got to be the big star right now, and you've spent all your big gold on very little damage. Like that Banshee's fail third, I just don't think is going to be it. Neither with these CDR boots, so you're not even like tanking longer. I just don't feel. I feel Hasmed has squandered what potential he had, what advantage he had, and now it's just not gonna be a very effective Gwen, and he can't step up at all to the 4-man for sure.
Yeah, look, I understand the idea of the Banshees just to dodge the long-range Ashe ults, but you have your W. Like, you should be able to react fast enough to just mash W. And then it just gets popped by, a random Viego Q or Silas Q or something.
Yeah, or even volley. Those things are coming out every 2 seconds. It's going to pop it. It just feels like such a misuse. I don't know. And because of this, I mean, there's always ways back into this game. They will eventually, if they can hold out long enough, get so much damage that they can stand up in a team fight, perhaps. But I don't think they're really going to get that option. 40 seconds to this dragon. It may almost be worth for GE just to sort of utilize that. If you can set up your top wave or something properly, use that as a bait to try and draw SGB all the way in and get a split push going from Coda to crack open the top side instead. Because I don't really think, like, Soul is great, but it's not necessarily all that important, and giving up one Cloud Drake is pretty much giving up nothing to SGB. So if you can utilize that bait on the bot side to try and get something good top.
Arrow used.
Didn't see it. Nothing happened.
It misses this time, but BJ trying to catch on to Blazers, but with the abduct, it does get away. The Weaver's Wall comes out. Coded a little bit stuck, but they don't actually know that. I think that was just Froggy trying to join the team for this dragon fight, but they can't get through the Ash. That's Cloud Soul.
Yeah, they just can't get through. So
you can't go through chokes into an Ash.
It'll go down. It's not just Ash either. It's Ash. It's not. It's Seraphine. You can't go near that. Coded's gonna hunt for a little bit, but not really gonna find anything. Blazers a little bit starved for good ultimates. Can't really pick anything to really get anything done. Can't start a fight off, so feeling a little bit saddened. There goes the Ash Arrow again. That's not on cooldown.
BJ, they know he's out there. Will they actually be able to catch on to him? I think if BJ dies, it's an instant Baron for GE. He's trying to juke them out. Blazers can dash over the wall. He's got to dodge these chains. Has the movement speed from the contaminated ground. Now the rest of SGB joining. They're going to go for the big fight. Taki jumps into the middle of the enemy team. Very, very risky. Yijin getting focused. There's a big Seraphine. Oh, it's a very good time. Kenchol on the other side to try and save Froggy, but they're just not dealing enough damage. Shogun incredibly low as well. Needs to find the damage. Cannot. And SGB are melting away, Marby. GE lose no one. They use their flashes perfectly. They play with their health cards. And there's the Ash ultimate up once more to try and lock down the last member of SGB. As BJ on the run, while he runs, his base will fall. GE is going to take themselves the series. And the top 6 team at MSI is 1-4 in the league.
Cannot get it done. It's just a beautiful game start to finish. This combo in the bot lane worked so well. Yijin able to utilize everything. But everything comes together perfectly. You said this draft diff was fantastic. It was so big. And finally it breaks the